The concept of a word is a fundamental aspect of language, but it's surprisingly difficult to define. But what really happens when we try to identify a word? Different standards have been proposed, depending on the theoretical background and descriptive context. This has led to a multitude of definitions, each with its own set of criteria. But what do these definitions reveal about the nature of a word? Some specific definitions of the term word are employed to convey its different meanings at different levels of description. But how do these definitions impact our understanding of language? Words are made out of at least one morpheme, which can be joined to create other words in a process of morphological derivation. But what does this reveal about the structure of language? In English and many other languages, the morphemes that make up a word generally include at least one root and possibly some affixes. But how do these components contribute to the meaning of a word? Contractions are words formed from multiple words made into one. But what impact do contractions have on our understanding of language? The notion of what constitutes a word may be learned as part of learning the writing system. But how does this influence our perception of language? In English orthography, the letter sequences rock, God, right, with, the, and not are considered to be single morpheme words. But what does this reveal about the relationship between language and writing? The concept of a word is simply a convention used in everyday situations. But what implications does this have for our understanding of language? The concept of word is unclear. But what does this reveal about the complexity of language? The extent to which inflected or compounded words should be included in a lexeme is unclear. But what impact does this have on our understanding of language? The definition of a word is influenced by orthography. But what does this reveal about the relationship between language and writing? The same order of words can be considered in different ways by languages which are close grammatically. But what implications does this have for our understanding of language? The method of identifying word boundaries present in speech is not foolproof. But what does this reveal about the complexity of language? Leonard Bloomfield introduced the concept of minimal freeforms in 1928. But what impact did this have on our understanding of language? Words are thought of as the smallest meaningful unit of speech that can stand by themselves. But what does this reveal about the nature of language? The concept of a word is a fundamental aspect of language, but it's surprisingly difficult to define. But what really happens when we try to identify a word? The answer remains unclear.